And good morning and welcome to AQS Quilt Week here at Fall Paducah. My guest today is Barbara Oliver Hartman, and she's one of our prize winners, so we'll talk to her in a minute. But I hope that you'll come join us here at the show. We have almost 700 quilts on exhibit. And of course, you don't want to miss the Merchant Mall because that's what we all come to the show for, to buy those latest tools, don't we, Barbara?
Absolutely.
And then, of course, we have classes and lectures that are going on all week. So one of the things you need to make sure that you do is to see all of the quilts. We're sitting here in the Expo Center, the Schrader Expo Center, and in this hall you have vendors on one end, and the best of show is right behind us, and 5 of the other top winners. And the large quilts are hanging in this hall. And then if you go to the second floor of the convention center, we have the wall quilts, and the best wall quilt is hanging up there, and more vendors. The first floor of the convention center is all quilts. It is 4 special exhibits, and it is the journey of a pioneer long arm quilter, Marilyn Badger's quilts, the Best of QuiltCon 2018, the Bourbon Quilts by M.J. Kinman, and Stitches by Tula Pinks exhibit. But that's not all. We still have more over in the pavilion, and you can ride over to the pavilion on 2 free shuttles that are right outside the Expo Center. And the pavilion quilts include the Cherry Wood Van Gogh Challenge, the Dutch Gallery, the Log Cabins of Donald Judd, quilts by Luke Haynes, and the AQS Authors and iQuilt Instructors Showcase exhibit is over there, along with more vendors. And if you just jump on one of those shuttles that goes over to the Paducah School of Art and Design, you'll also see the Taiwan Art Quilt Society's quilts in the Bill Ford Gallery there at the School of Art. Lots of quilts, right?
Yes. It's too many to see in one day. You have to be here a few days.
And they're going to see everything from very traditional quilts to art quilts.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Now you are an art quilter.
I try to be.
And so tell us about your quilt that's a prize winner and what you won.
Okay, I won a 3rd place in the large embellished category, and it's actually a silk quilt.
Silk?
Yes. I've promised myself about 4 years ago that I was going to do nothing but work in silk, and this is the first one I've actually done. I've been collecting silk for decades and have not made anything out of the silk for a long time, and then went on a fun trip to Japan to the Japanese quilt show in January at the Tokyo Dome and got more silk. And so now I'm hoping to train myself to work in that a little bit more.
Okay, so do you do anything special to silk when you use it?
You know, some silks you do. Some silks are very thin and fine, so you might fuse an interfacing to them, to make them more stable. It just so happened that the silks that I used in this particular quilt were stable enough. They were some wovens, there were some dupioni, and I could actually piece and applique those without any trouble at all.
Now, sometimes when we use cottons, they tend to bleed. Do you have any of that kind of issues when you use silk?
I have not. I wash everything. I wash my cottons, I wash my silks, I wash I want to see, I wash and dry them. So I want to see exactly how each individual fabric in any of my quilts is going to hold up. So
then you have no surprises.
I have no surprises.
That's right.
That's right. And there's in the quilt world, there's the people that wash and don't wash, and there's lots of discussion about that goes on all the time. But I'm a washer.
Well, and sometimes I think people think about red bleeding.
Yes.
But you know, sometimes it could be your blues
Or
or
your-
your blacks or your greens.
Absolutely. It'll come out of nowhere. It will come out of nowhere on the bleeding. And so I'm just not going to have any surprises.
Yeah, well, that's good. All right, and so then you have a second quilt that was juried into the show.
Yes, I do.
And so what technique did you use on that one?
I use, I call it my little slivers and bits. It's just little bits and pieces of leftover fabrics that I have from other projects that I grade by color and cut up into little bitty pieces that are about the size of my little fingernail. And I sew them down using a free motion zigzag.
And you use no fusible and no netting.
No netting, no fuse.
Well, you know what? We're going to go up and take a look at that quilt so you can show us on the quilt.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, so there's lots going on. Of course, tonight is our winner's showcase with Melinda Bula over at the Walker Hall. And if you're in town, you need to make sure you get a ticket for that. Melinda did a woman on the street with our photographer the other day, asking non-quilters questions that related to quilting.
Oh, how fun.
So it's going to be a fun evening, and everybody's going to, I think, enjoy Melinda's talk. And then she will also honor all of the winners.
Fabulous.
Yes. So we hope you'll join us here at AQS.
You can watch it live on Facebook.
I almost forgot to tell you that we'll be live streaming the winner's showcase, and they'll be able to watch it on Facebook, and then just go to the American Quilter Society page at 6:30 p.m. this evening. That's Central Daylight Time, and it'll run 6:30 to 8:30. We hope if you're not here at the show, you'll watch it at home and get to meet and see all of our winners, just like Barbara.
I'm so excited.
So I will come to you live from the AQS studio again next week. So we hope you'll join us here at the show. We'll be open 9 to 6 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and 9 to 4 on Saturday. And we'll see you next week right here at Quilt Chat.